Okay, live. We're here. Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. How you guys doing today? Welcome back to my show out of Creston. I'm back from my trip. Sorry about that. I got to hit my mute button here. Boom! I got to hit my mute button here. Oh, I'm out of practice on how to do this. Just doing my show at Calgary, and a couple of days here I am back in Creston. Okay, here we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, what is it? Monday, April 23rd, 2018. Welcome to the broadcast. Kind of a sad day here in Canada. We've got an unfortunate tragedy out of Toronto today where we have a lunatic in looks like a rental van driving down the sidewalk on Yonge Street, mowing down people on purpose. And last report I just heard on CNN and on CBC here, 9 dead and many injured. And shake your head and you just wonder what the heck is happening out there. Why? What's the point? This individual, have they furthered their cause? I don't know how. Don't know how that worked for you. Nothing but misery. But it's a sad story. Nowadays, in my advanced years, not that I'm like ancient or anything, but I'm 62. I'm thinking back, to the tragedies of decades gone by, and the first tragedy that I, can recall as a child was the assassination of President Kennedy. I mean, that changed everything. In my house, I was 8 at the time, and I still remember how the house just everything changed. I mean, the TV was on nonstop, and my father was pretty concerned about what was going on. And then, of course, in '68, with Dr. Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy, tragedy there, double tragedy, and all the events that took place because of it. But nowadays, it just seems that that people out there trying to make a point or whatever it is they're trying to do, instead of going after high-profile people, which are harder and harder to get at because of security. Go after what we call soft targets, and now it's fashionable to go after innocent people for no reason whatsoever, and use whatever means possible to create havoc and carnage. And it's a sad state in a sad world in which we live, but it's global, isn't it? It doesn't happen in your hometown or my hometown. It could happen anywhere. And unfortunately, it's been happening in the US, Canada. It's happening in Britain, Europe, and around the world, and it's a mess. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know how to solve it. How do you stop it? I really don't know. It's really something. Anyway, that's dominating the news a little bit today, and that's unfortunate. I'm not here as a news service, as you know, although I have to say, some people call me fake news. I do have folks who watch me. And, when I kind of voice a comment about a cruise ship or a cruise line, there are those out there who think I'm part of the CNN conspiracy, or I'm Fox News, or or whatever it is. Earlier today, I got to tell you, I got a comment. I think it came in really early today. So I'm trying to figure that this individual who said this or commented to me is not from North America. I think it's from Europe. I think it's a he as well. I think it's male. Anyway, I think it's a European writer, critic, and I have a feeling that this individual is writing me at a comfortable hour their time, because I think this message came in around 4 in the morning my time, and I noticed it when I got up this morning. And again, it's another one of these defenders of the seaside. I have a defender, big time defender of the seaside, the MSC Seaside ship. I'm definitely a shill. There's no question about it. I have to be. There can't be any explanation other than I've got to be paid by Royal Caribbean or somebody, because I only talk about seaside in a negative way. I never have anything nice to say about the seaside. And then a comment came in about saw some more videos on YouTube about how great the seaside was, and telling me to check out those videos. You should check it out, because people really love that ship. What I did do today is, for fun, I took a look at cruise prices, because I love doing that, as I'm sure a lot of you do. And I was looking up vacations2go.com, and I asked the computer, well, show me cruises for like November, December. And then I was looking at prices into January, February. Yeah, kind of like November to February in that window a little bit. Just Caribbean cruises, for 2018-19. How about a balcony room, and show me in order of lowest to highest? Just just tell me what's out there. And I found a really good deal on the Holland America Oosterdam 7-day cruise, Caribbean cruise, $563 for a balcony on the Oosterdam. Nice. That ship has a special place in my heart. It was the first cruise ship I went on as a cruiser with my wife 10 years ago. Loved it. And then I found a great deal for barely over $600 on another Holland America ship. I think it's the Koningsdam, if I recall. I didn't write it down. I just looked at it, and it was 613, 630, something like that. Good deal. And then boom, 2 cruises on the MSC Seaside. Super cheap, low 600s, way out in the fall, like in November of this year. Cheap. You can get nice, cheap balcony rate on a brand new 5-star cruise ship. Apparently, the MSC Seaside is not like a Carnival ship. It's like supposedly really nice. Why is it that it's that low priced, I wonder? Why is it? Well, I think I know. I think you know. But these folks in wherever they are, the defenders are they're just letting me know every time they see another good review, and how wrong I must be, how wrong I could be. There's no such thing as a poop smell on that ship. That's all made up. That's fake news. Hey, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I only have so many reporters out there. Anyway, I'm trying to do what I can. Thank you, everybody, for watching my videos out of Calgary. I had a wonderful time. My daughter is actually 30 today. This is her 30th birthday today. And I sent her a little message this morning. We said our goodbyes yesterday. I had a wonderful visit and got some, mummy-daughter time and daddy-daughter time. It's all good. So she's doing great. The weather here, oh my goodness. Spring has sprung in Creston. 60 right now outside, 60 degrees. There was a bit of a breeze this morning, but now it looks like it's stopped completely. If you go outside and stand out there without any breeze on you, it feels warm. It's wonderful, wonderful, beautiful blue sky today. The mountains have got the snow in the crevices up at the top there, but halfway down the mountain, the snow stops and it's all green now. It's melting. The snow line is rising, I guess, the elevation line. Fantastic. Grass around here is green. Leaves are coming out. The trees are just exploding. Beautiful spring. It's in the air. It's happening. Birds are chirping all over the place. So we think we're through it here. Calgary is just about through it. They still had snow up there in parts of lawns and stuff, on yards, basically on the shady part of the lawn. The snow was hanging on. But for the most part, it's melting off pretty fast. And later this week, they're hitting close to 60 degrees. And the burn off is full tilt. It's on full tilt. So, but I have to say, the first hour driving from Calgary straight south, which I like to do to come here, the first hour straight south for 60 solid miles, fields are all covered in snow. I'd say 80% of the fields were still under a foot. But as you drove, every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you'd look out in the fields and you notice it's only half covered, and then a little further, only a quarter covered. And then after about an hour south of town, no snow anywhere. It's only in the ditches, where the shade is. But on the open field, it's all gone. It's burned off. So the Mother Nature is taking care of it pretty fast right now. And so I would say the next week or two, there shouldn't be any snow around anywhere if these kinds of temperatures persist. Now, here in this town, we're supposed to get up to 70 degrees, maybe even 72 degrees by Wednesday, Thursday. So we're going to get a taste of just a little bit of early summer weather. And I'm looking forward to that because it's been a long, miserable, yucky is the word I use this year, winter. And I'm looking forward to the change. Question for you guys today. I promised a viewer I would answer a question, and maybe one of you knows the answer to this question. The question I have for you is last week I did a video about the QE2, the Queen Elizabeth II, how she's turned into a hotel now in Dubai. And 224 rooms are operating now. 600 to 800 rooms will be operating by October as they continue to renovate her over into a hotel from a ship. Permanent mooring, of course, in Dubai. The question was, a viewer asked me, noted that I had mentioned the lifeboats have been taken off the QE2, and also the davits that hold the lifeboats in place overhead, overtop the promenade deck. They've all been taken off. And the question from the viewer was, whatever happened to the lifeboats? And I'm curious if anyone knows an answer to that question. I suspect some of them have ended up inside this building they built, sort of a reception building and a bit of a museum to the ship, because there's a gangway, a raised gangway walkway from this building to the cruise ship itself. And I have a feeling they took some of those lifeboats and put them maybe inside that room, but I can't confirm it for sure. I'm curious if any of you know whether they're on display anywhere or whatever happened to those lifeboats. There must be 20, 25 of them, I suspect, that many. I know a couple of them were covered tenders, which the modern day cruise ships have now. They look like complete enclosed plastic boats with a hole in the middle that you can, the operator can stand and look out over. But the rest of them were old-fashioned, looking like old-fashioned made of wood type lifeboats with no roof on them. God forbid you had to get off that ship in the middle of the Atlantic on those creaky little old lifeboats. You'd have frozen to death if it were in the middle of winter. They were totally inadequate for the job, but hey, that's the way lifeboats were built up until 1969, I guess, or into the 70s. And those are the lifeboats that were allowed to have been carried by the QE2. Not that she ever needed them, but anyway, if any of you know, let me know, and I'll pass the answer on to my viewer, because he may be watching me today, and that would be great if he is. If he is, I welcome him. I'll look for his name. If I see it, I'll call him out. That'd be great. Let's say hi to those who have been saying hi to me. If you've never been here before, this is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce. I'm in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, which I think I've already mentioned. Love talking about cruise ships. We talk about cruise ships that are on the sea, that aren't on the sea anymore, holidays, cruise ship holidays, getaways, deals, news, events, good news, bad news, whatever. And if you've never cruised before, this channel's for you. We love talking about cruising. And if you're a new cruiser, tell us you're a new cruiser, and we'll find out from you. Let us know where you're going on your first cruise if you've already decided. What ship are you on if you've already booked? And we'll help you with anything you need to know. You have a question about cruising? Bring it on. I'll try to answer it for you on the spot. If I can't answer the question, one of my viewers will be able to answer for you. And we rarely get stumped, because if you're watching me for the first time and you are a cruiser, you love to go on cruise holidays, this is also your channel, because you're surrounded by peeps that just love talking about going on a cruise, and we love to compare notes. So welcome welcome all. If any of you can spare a thumbs up today, I would love that. You'll see that on just below the picture here where I am. There's a little thumbs up, thumbs down symbol. Give me thumbs ups if you can. If you would like to become a subscriber of this channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. There's a button there that just says subscribe. It's probably on all the time. There's another button over here that if you click on this one, beside it is a little bell icon. It looks like a little bell. Click on that as well. You'll get a notification every time I make a new video and every time I'm going live, and you'll be updated with an email through YouTube to tell you that Bruce is going on the air again, or here's what he just released a video. Here he goes. So I'm going to mention one more thing about subscribing and becoming a member and joining up and everything else. It'll come back to me, because I got a great memory, but it's short. Subscribers 1,831 is where we're at right now. Thank you everybody for joining in. I think we gained another 4 or 5 last couple of days. Nice to have you aboard. Thumbs ups I've covered, subscriptions I've covered. If there's something else that'll come back, I'll let you know. So let's see who's here. and say hi to everybody, because that's what we do every day. We say hi to everybody. Wes Morrison was the first one in here at 1:25 p.m. That would be at what would that be? 4:25 Eastern, so 35 minutes before showtime. Howdy, Bruce. Beautiful 83 degrees in New Braunfels, Texas. Praying for the victims affected by the tragedy in Toronto. Thank you, Wes. Bob Roberts having some Vino Verde and Ponta Delgado. Well, nothing wrong with that. It didn't. He just found out himself about the Toronto thing, and he's praying for everybody. Peter Heckema. Hi, Bruce. Another great day in Tarpon Springs, Florida. 86 degrees and sunny. Pool water is also at 86 degrees. That's kind of nice. And he sent me an email saying, as per my email, my wife got her Dolphin T-shirt on Saturday and loves it. Folks, the number 2 T-shirt has arrived in Peter's house. 2 thumbs ups are coming out of there for the T-shirts. Those of you who don't know, I have a store now. There's a link up here at the top. It's a little white button for Redbubble. You click on that little icon up there. It'll take you to my e-store or iStore or wherever you want to call it. And we have 3 different logos available with T-shirts and coffee mugs and stickers and all kinds of stuff. And if you'd like to order one of those shirts or items, Redbubble takes care of everything. I don't touch it. I can't screw it up. And so far with Peter in his house, I'm 2 for 2. They've arrived safe and sound. They arrived quickly. Quality is excellent. They love the shirts, and I couldn't be more delighted. And it helps support my channel. I get a commission on every item that sells. They do all the work. I get a royalty for having supplied the logo, and that helps me support my channel. And I thank you. Anyone sending me a super chat, by the way, just before I go on, there's a little $sign on your computer or on your phone. You can send me a super chat and help donate to my channel. I appreciate those. A $10 donation or more. Choose a sports logo here or choose a necklace over here and tell me the team you want, because I have about 70 teams available. That's only like 7 or 8 necklaces there. And I'm happy to send you one at no cost. It's a gift. You're sending me a gift. I'm sending you a gift. Thank you, one and all. Bob Roberts saying nice. Tommy Eaton is here. Hey, Bruce and all. I'm second to chime in, and I'm first to give you a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. It is currently 81, mostly cloudy in Jacksonville, Florida. Should see sunshine in a few days. Tommy Eaton, hey there, guys. Type faster than me, laughing out loud. Nina Frank is here from Sweden. Hi, Bruce and all. Chilly night here in Sweden after a warm, sunny day. Welcome, Nina. It's great to have you back. Gregory Hartman, 86 in Tampa. Gregory, welcome. 4th on the thumbs up. Fantastic, man. That's great. Silo is here. Hey, Bruce and all. 67 for the high in Seattle today. That means Alaska cruise season is arriving in Seattle, folks, because all those Alaskan cruises are departing from Seattle or Vancouver. And with 67 for the high, that is getting around. That's kind of getting around the cruise temperature weather. Fantastic. Only overnight low 43. He's saying it's sunny in Seattle, 187 days until he's on the Bliss, and he's enjoying all the new videos of the Bliss on YouTube. There's a whole bunch of Bliss videos now on YouTube where you can check out the ship. Paul Wilgus is here. Hi, Bruce and all. 52 windy and rainy in Virginia. Hey there. Jake is here. Where am I? Here he is. Jake Nix. Hey, how's it going, Jake? Nice to have you, pal. Welcome back to the show. Betsy Lane, plus 10 degrees Celsius in Hamilton. That's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's snow melting weather. Fantastic, Betsy. Get rid of that stuff. Jake is saying it's a beautiful 80 degrees in Nanaimo, BC. Jake is in Nanaimo, a great part of the country. Jake, that's awesome weather. Fantastic. Enjoying it. And goodbye to the snow there, too, for sure. Charles Jordan, hello, everyone. Charles, how are you? Debbie Manuel, hi, Bruce and everyone. Guessing it's going to hit 90 today. With sun in Northern California, in Chico, California. 90. Awesome stuff, Debbie. That is fantastic. Desi Wagner is here. Hi, all. Hi, Desi. How are you? Nancy Nolan is here as well. Hello, Bruce. Everyone, it's 59 and sunny in the Boston area. 59, and you're into playoff hockey. Big game tonight. I know it's being played in Toronto. There'll be a big moment of silence, and then the game will be on. And we'll see what happens tonight. Boston wins, and they move on to the next round. Toronto wins. Game 7 in Boston. Look out. We'll see what happens. Iskew Park is here. Hi, Bruce. It's Iskew in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and it's +7. Snow's melting like crazy. Yeah, and you got snow to melt, too. Fantastic, Iskew. Scott Batchley, hi, Bruce, and everyone. Another nice day in Ventura, California, 66 degrees. Can't complain about that. Scott Brody was here. Pamela Jordan, hi, Bruce, and everyone. Cloudy, 62 Fahrenheit in Iva, South Carolina today. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Welcome back. Seakeeper is here. Hi, Bruce, and all. 79 degrees Fahrenheit, rain, and still pleasant here in Tegusta, South Florida. Sorry to hear about Toronto, shaking my fist at the sky, vowing never again. Oh, my. Seakeeper, great to have you back as always, pal. Isq Park asked for which cruise ship to use for my very first time cruiser. That's my topic of the day. Which cruise ship should a first time cruiser go on for their first cruise? That's an open question, I know, but curious what you folks think. Isq is saying I'd say pick a cheaper, shorter trip on a smaller ship first. See if cruising is to your liking. There's some good ideas, good suggestion there. Bob Roberts, I'm certain you are for real, Bruce, and I'm not the suspicious type. Thank you. I felt that. I pitched myself. I'm real. Oh, I'm real. Welcome, Bob. Jake Nix, I'm going on the Oosterdam to Alaska next year. Oh, man, Jake, I have been on that ship. It is great. I love the Oosterdam. The food is fantastic. The best thing about Holland America cruises, and I know of the Oosterdam for sure, you want a good meal? Just go to the main dining room. Yeah, just go to the main dining room. Supper every night in the main dining room. Premium food, beautiful, great service. The staff is wonderful. I loved it. I saw no need to go to a specialty restaurant for dinner. The dining room was like the dining room of old. There was a time where on a cruise, everybody went to the main dining room for dinner, and you had a seating assignments. You had to be there at 5 or 6:30 or 8, whatever your time was, and it was glorious. Well, Holland America Oosterdam, food in the main dining room is worth the visit every night. You'll love it. If you want something lighter, not so formal, head to the buffet. It's great too. This is good stuff, Jake. You're going to have a great cruise, and you're going to love the ship. I am sure of it. Scott Brody, hi, Bruce, and everyone. 15 degrees Celsius here in St. Thomas, Ontario. 81 days and counting till the solstice Alaskan cruise. I'm getting excited, and I can feel it, and I can't blame you. It's going to be wonderful. Glorious weather in 81 days. You're going to have a wonderful time, and it's a great ship. Everything I've heard about it, you're going to love it. Debbie Manuel, happy birthday, daughter. Yeah, she is blown away. I tell you right now, she is blown away. She's in the advertising business. She's with a firm, and she's a copywriter, but she does it all. She does creative, and she composes jingles and songs, and she just does it all, and she's moving up, and she knows her dad's on YouTube. She knows that. She was mildly amused last year when I told her that last spring I was saying about a year ago I'm kind of thinking of starting a YouTube channel. She goes, "Oh, that's nice, Dad. Yeah, you'd be good at that. You'd have fun at that." Thinking that it would be a nice little little thing for Dad. And then I started the channel in August, and let her. She knew exactly what I was on, and she's a subscriber. She's number 1 or 2 or 3, somewhere in there. But she occasionally watches because she's a busy girl. She's 30 years old. She's got friends that are 30. They look a lot younger than me and my wife, I'll tell you that. Although Jen looks great, as you folks can imagine. I mean, Jen, my wife, the Jennifer Aniston look-alike, Jen. Oh my God. And everyone's saying to Jen this weekend, "Oh, Jen, you look so wonderful. You look beautiful." But anyway, my daughter's so busy that she doesn't watch any of these shows. Why? She got an hour and a half to watch me every day. Are you kidding me? She's 30 years old. But she knows. At Christmas time when Dad was here, he had 150 subscribers. Now Dad's here in April. He's got 1,800 subscribers. Holy camole! 12 times as many subscribers in 4.5 months. What's my dad doing? She's pretty impressed with the count, and 2,500 followers on Twitter. That also just blows her mind. And I think I'm up 6,500 followers on Instagram. I don't push Instagram hard. I got 65 followers, and she's going, I can't believe it, Dad. You're on 6 platforms at the same time. You're on 6 social platforms simultaneously. A year ago, you had nada. You did nothing, and this year it's unbelievable. So she's kind of getting afraid. Starting to go, well, what's he up to? It's unbelievable. And I'm talking to her about the future of the channel and what I have in mind. We just launched the clothing line, and she can't believe that. I can't believe it. You didn't have a YouTube video to your name a year ago. Now you got clothing. It's unbelievable. So happy birthday, daughter is right. Leslie Lovelace, I'm back. Allentown, PA, 70 degrees outside. and inside. 48 years old as of yesterday. Leslie's welcome. Congratulations, and it's great to have you here. Randy Lucas, greetings, Bruce, and all from our cabin aboard the Regal Princess. We're in our cabin because we're 5 hours ahead of Eastern time, and tomorrow it'll be 6 hours. So, yeah, it's 5 East. I'm on the air 5 Eastern. It's 10 Eastern, going to 11 Eastern where he is on the cabin. The ship is shutting down. I mean, it's getting late, and so he's now watching me in his cabin. This is fantastic. Randy, welcome, and Michelle, I believe, Mrs. Luca, welcome, both of you. It's great to have you guys here. I just thrilled that you guys watch me at sea. This is their third cruise in a row on the same ship. They did an Eastern, Western Caribbean back-to-back, and now they're going across to Copenhagen on a repositioning cruise, and they're steaming across the Atlantic. It is awesome. Leslie Lovely's, hi all. Leslie here. AJ Walsh, 90 degrees and a hot sunny day in Las Vegas today. AJ, welcome back. Bob Hollis, hi Bruce and all. 60 degrees and a cold, nasty, yucky, rainy all day today in Atlanta. I tell you, if it were 60 and raining here, I wouldn't be complaining too much. But if it's 60 and raining in Atlanta, disaster. It's a disaster. Yikes, Bob. Hang in there, buddy. Randy Lucas, hey, Bob R. We were at Ponta Delgada yesterday. What ship are you on? The Royal, perhaps? So we got people kind of cruising here. Rita Freeman, hi from Sydney. Beautiful morning here. Welcome, Rita, from, I believe, down under. That, I think, is down under Sydney, Australia. That's fantastic. Leslie Lovely's, what's up with the southeast corner? Rainy weather, bright and sunny here in southeastern Pennsylvania, but not in the deep, deep south. How about that? Debbie Manuel, good morning, Rita. Randy Lucas, Jake, and I love Nanaimo, BC. There you go, Jake. You got fans. Silo, Nanaimo bars, yum. Bob Roberts, tell it like it is, baby. Tell it like it is. Jim Thomas, 87 here in Anderson, California. Hi, Bruce. And hey to you, to the gang. Fantastic, Jim. Welcome again. Tina Holt, hi, Bruce. Hi, all. Temperatures 18 degrees back in Ontario. Glad to be home. Was a long drive home. That would be from the west. You drove all the way from the Ontario to Vancouver and back, I think you did, or on BC and back. That's a long haul. Angela A, hello, Bruce from Tampa. Hello, Angela. Randy Lucas, feeling very satisfied after a great meal and especially dining at Sabatini's tonight. Wonderful service and food. Fantastic. Debbie Manuel, got my Bruce swag. Oh, my Dolphin coffee cup is great, but I'll need to exchange the T-shirt. Looks like a kid size, but love the logo. Oh, good, you got it. And they'll take that. You just contact them. They'll tell you what to do, and they'll take care of you. That's great. The coffee mug's working out. Love the logo. Fantastic to hear that. Bob Roberts, Casa Rosa is excellent if you stop in Ponta Delgada. There you go. Nancy Nolan, go Boston. Go Boston Bruins. Katie Meltzer's 85, partly cloudy in Florida, south of Tampa. Partially cloudy. At least it's not raining, Katie. That's good. Tammy Ray, good afternoon, everyone. Hi there, Tammy. Angela A, I think a small ship, 5 days to avoid a booze cruise unless you're into that. I agree. If you go on a cruise for the first time, you only want to know what a cruise is all about, avoid a booze cruise because you're going to get a total different feel for what what cruising is really meant to be about. But then again, if you're younger and your idea is to get blitzed every night, then you're going to do what you're going to do. Let's see, Nina Frank. Not many days left now. Lucas, laugh out loud. Don't forget to wave. And it's Chevy and First is here. Hey, y'all. Went and filled out my passport application today, and only 153 days till embarkation. Yeah, you're making all those steps now to get ready. That's fantastic. Larry Blake, hi, Bruce, 57, Atlantic City. Has anyone tried government vacation rewards? Has anyone tried that? I don't even know what that is. I'd be curious to know what that's all about. Anybody know? Let me know. Yeah, the question on the day is, if you're going to recommend someone go on our first cruise, what ship should they consider going on? My first cruise was a 7-day cruise. It wasn't a 3-day or a 4-day. It was a 7-day cruise, but I went with another couple, and I recommend highly that if you get the chance to take a cruise with a couple that have already done it, take it. Really do take it. It just makes it so pleasurable. You'll have all that expertise at your beck and call. They'll run through all the little things with you right from embarkation day, where so much is going on so fast. When you get to the terminal, there's just people coming and going, vehicles, trucks, suitcases, luggage, everything happening all at the same time. Buses are coming in with loads of tourists from the airport. You might be on one of them. If you're with another couple, the other couple will guide you through it. You'll get through the check-in process, no problem. You'll get into the terminal, no problem. They'll know where to go for the lineups. They'll take you. You'll go with them on check-in, and it'll all be just piece of cake. And you'll just take it all in, and you'll learn it. You'll memorize it. And so down the road, you may well be the experienced cruiser taking a rookie couple on a future cruise yourself. But you get in through that the security system. You're in the wait area, and you're waiting for your number to be called, whatever group you're being assigned to, and they call your group up, and you're heading for the gangway. And the first thing you're going to see is there's a photographer over here with a big backdrop of the picture of the ship, and you get your photo taken if you want. Otherwise, just go through the gangway and just start walking. And you're going along, and it goes up, and it goes up, and you're looking out this window here as you're walking along, and there's this ship right beside you, and you're looking down. You're about 8 stories up, and you're looking up. There's about 8 stories to go, and you're going to get on deck level 8, 9, or 10, whatever it is, and get on that ship. And the first thing you got to do, got to put your hand underneath the hand sanitizer. A little squirt of hand sanitizer comes on. Get used to that because of the norovirus. You want to try to keep your hands clean at all time. Disinfect those hands. And if the cruise ship has done it right, and they usually do it right, when you get on the ship for the first time, whether you're the 15th cruise or it's the first cruise, it makes no difference. They're probably bringing you on board that ship right at the lobby level, where you're probably in the middle of the lobby as far as height goes, the atrium. And you come in there, and there's a railing and some spiral staircases, and you're looking up and you're looking down, and you see the glass elevators inside there. Wow, what a show. You're already going, holy moly. It looks like a giant atrium in a shopping mall or an office building. And on the lowest level, you've got some coffee bars. And on the second level, might be retail stores. And on the third level, might be, who knows what services, the art galleries and the internet cafe and pizzeria. And on the next level, it's casino and the theater entrance over here and signage everywhere. You're just blown away. You're just blown away. You cannot believe you're on a ship, but you are. You're on a big ship. And the neat part about it is to find your room. That's the first thing you want to do is, where's my room? So with friends, it helps because they'll guide you. Come on with us. Let's go to the elevator bank and let us show you the signage, because every elevator bank and every elevator lobby has the signage for that floor and has the names of all the layers and all the levels, all the deck names for the entire ship. So of course you got your room card, likely like I have here. You would have had one of these, or nowadays maybe a wristband, but on here it's telling you what level your room is on, what floor level, and it tells you the assembly station for your muster station. And on the back, if you've got a pass for the spa, you'll have one of those. There's my pass for the spa that I was on. This was on the Norwegian Epic a couple of years back. And you find your room. So now you go and find your room, and you try your key to make sure it lets you in. And you go inside, and now you see your bed and your bathroom. And if you're on the balcony, you go out to your balcony, look around, and your friends will show you how to operate the safe and drop off all your valuables, because you don't need to carry your wallet with you anymore. You don't need to carry your hand money with you anymore for the rest of this day, really. You might carry a few single $1 bills for tip money in case anything special is going on, but generally speaking, you're exploring the ship right now. And so you get rid of your hand luggage, you put all your valuables in your vault, lock it up, and head to your friend's room and drop their stuff. And then the 4 of you go explore. And if you're hungry, the first thing you do, of course, is you either head for the buffet, because it's open, it's waiting for you, or you head to one of the specialty restaurants and grab a special an embarkation day deal that might be offered. I know that on Carnival, on a number of the ships, it's not uncommon where the one of the specialty restaurants will have a deal where come on in and have lunch on embarkation day. We'll give you a free bottle of wine. Drink a glass or two, and the rest of the bottle will be marked with your room number, and you can enjoy that rest of that bottle for whenever you want. The rest of the cruise, the next restaurant, the next day if you want, or on deck somewhere. They've marked it with your room number, and that's your bottle of wine until you finish it. So you got 7 days if you're on a 7-day cruise. If you're not hungry right away, or if you've eaten and then you got something to do, well, now go check out the rest of the ship. What I'd love to do, head for the spa. I want to see this spa. How nice is it? And I want to make sure, in my case, I am booking access to the spa area so that I can visit it every day. For that, in effect, is my shower room. That's where I take all my showers, where I do all my shaving, is in the spa. I don't use the cabin in my ship at all. I leave that to my wife. All her makeup and all of her stuff, her hair dryer and all that stuff. She's got the room to herself for that. I take care of myself in the spa, and so if I need a access pass to use the private facilities, I'll buy one of those. And I've walked around. I know exactly where to go, where I'm headed when I get back there, either later that day or the next day. And I'll be in that spa for every day of the cruise. So that's one of my pet peeves, is to check out the spa. But you can walk the pool decks and start walking the promenade deck, and right from the front to the back to the top to the inside, all over the place. And it's just a great day. That first day it's an exciting day. It's discovery day. Eventually, it's muster station time. You have to do the muster drill, and that's where you learn all about your life jackets, emergency assembly areas. The crew will run you through all that. The whole ship will be on that one at the same time. You won't miss it. Believe me, you won't miss muster drill. And you'll learn all about what you need to do in case of an emergency. You know what various alarms mean. That's what they're there to do. They're there to train you for that. And then it's you're on your own. Enjoy your cruise. And people scatter. They scatter all over the ship. And for a moment, the ship feels compact because there's so many people on it, because you're all in spots. And then 15 minutes later, all of you have scattered all over the place, and you feel like, oh, where did all these people go? I can't find them anymore. They're just everywhere. Just the ship has so many nooks and crannies, and restaurants and bars, and the library, the internet cafe, the art gallery, the lobby, you name it. They're just everywhere. And you just don't feel like a sardine in a sardine can, even though there's like 4,000 passengers, or in the case of some of these Oasis class ships, there's 6,000 people on the ship. Where are they? Where? I see like 24 of them here, and 12 over there, and 6 over. Where's the rest of them? You'll be hard pressed for the rest of the cruise to have all 6,000 gathered together again. It's just not going to happen. So it's a pretty cool experience. Embarkation day. Each ship has its own personality and its own style. And as a first-time cruiser, you gotta figure out what kind of cruise is right for you. What, depending on your age, your activity level, your health, your stamina, whether you're with children or not. It's just you and your significant other. You have to decide for yourself what kind of a cruise line you want to be on, and where do you want to travel to. Randy Lucas is saying, Nina, 6 days left until Copenhagen. The Wave is on our to-do list. And Nancy Nolan, I was thinking of a Norwegian Sun Bahamas cruise until I saw the open bar perk. Seakeeper for a first cruise. Research the cruise lines and find one that meets your age, level of activity, target clientele, at least 5 days long. Research their ships on YouTube, and Cruise Critic know the market. Very good advice. Very good advice. I did so much research on YouTube before my first cruise. I knew the layout of my ship like the back of my hand. I'm just that way. And I was watching videos that people were posting on YouTube about balcony cabins, because my wife and I had a balcony cabin. And I got to see the inside of balcony cabins from passengers who had been on the Amsterdam on previous cruises. Might have been a year earlier, 8 months earlier, 3 months earlier. And I loved it. I just loved it. I got to see the inside of the room, and where the bathroom is, and the size of the closet, and the bed, and the balcony. Loved it. And then people were walking around with their telephones, their smartphones, all over the ship, making these amateur videos. I love watching those amateur videos. I kind of prefer them over the professional ones because the professional videos, everything's perfect. The lens is perfect. The width of the screenshot is perfect. The lighting is perfect. With a camera, with a phone, and a regular person, just an amateur like me, walking around, you see it like they saw it, and that's how I will probably see it. And I love that. I just love that they walk around the ship at various restaurants and various venues, pool deck and the promenade deck. You get to know the ship, and of course, you research the ports you're going to visit. If you're doing a Caribbean cruise and you're going to be in San Juan, Puerto Rico, you've never been there before, you want to watch videos of people who've been to the San Juan, Puerto Rico on a cruise ship. See what they're doing. What are those options like? Some folks take an organized tour. Others just stroll around downtown Old San Juan. That's what we did. We loved that. See videos on St. Thomas or San Martin or wherever you're headed to, Cayman Islands, Cozumel. Check it out and learn. Do your research. In other words, you're doing a little bit of reconnaissance work before you get ready. That's a great bit of advice there, Seakeeper. Randy Lucas, good advice. Seakeeper Bob Hollis. Norwegian has been advertising heavily in Atlanta market for the Sun sailing out of Port Canaveral to Havana. I believe it because they're trying to flog about a 20-year-old cruise ship, roughly. They're trying to sell out a 20-year-old cruise ship that's just been renovated, that's been in the news in a negative way for like a month now, well, 3 weeks anyway, because of that ridiculous stunt they pulled off with the repositioning crews and all those toxic chemicals on the decks. They got a lot of bad vibes, and people are going, that's not right. You're only offering them not even offering them a refund. You're only giving them a credit against a future Norwegian cruise, and these people don't want to have anything to do with you. Give them their money back. Otherwise, I'm not booking with you. And a lot of people have boycotted Norwegian on this particular ship for sure. And here they are advertising it like crazy now because they can't fill it up. And the other reason they can't fill it up is that they have now instituted I'll say the word all-inclusive because that's the word they are using, an all-inclusive package on the cruise. But that's misleading because to me, an all-inclusive cruise package. Try and say that one. I got tongue twisters going today. Try and say that real quick. To me, that kind of a deal means drinks are included, specialty restaurants are included, maybe other services are included. But in reality, they're not offering an all-inclusive cruise to that extent. All they're offering you is a base drink package with your room. So they're trying to sell a 4-day Cuba Havana cruise that stops in the Keys, Havana, and I believe I'm trying to remember the name. It's a Stirrup Cay. It might be Nassau. There's a stop in the Bahamas, a private island stop on the way home, or perhaps Nassau. All they're offering is a base drink package. So you want to go to the steakhouse? Extra. You want to go to the Japanese restaurant? Extra. Asian or Italian? Extra. You got to pay extra for those. They're not all inclusive at all. You get your buffet, you get your main dining room, and you get the hot dogs on the sun deck, and the rest you pay for. And the drinks are base drinks. So if you want something fancier, pay extra for that. But they're trying to sell this cruise as a 4-day cruise for like $850. It's like $220 a day a person. And I'm not a drinker. Why would I think of that cruise? I have no interest in that cruise whatsoever. You're trying to shove an alcohol package on me and I don't drink? I'm wasting my money. I am subsidizing a drinker. Why would I do that? No, thank you. So they can't offer fancy water slides. They can't offer simulated surfing machines. They can't offer, big water slides and rock climbing walls or anything like that. It's a 20-something-year-old cruise ship with limited features. It's the perfect cruise ship to go on a relaxing 1-week cruise on. But they've turned it now into a 3 or 4-day short-run cruiser, 4 days to Cuba, 3 days to the Bahamas. And I think what they're doing in a roundabout way is they're turning the ship into a booze ship. The Cuba portion of the show, they're trying to sell it as Havana, but they're making it mandatory. You got to buy the drink package as part of your fare. It's just built in. The Bahamas cruise, there are cruises you can go on where you can either go cruising without a drink package or you can buy one if you want one. With this ship, it's built into the price. And so it's a booze cruise. It's a 3-day booze cruise. And to me, given a few months of time, the ship is going to show wear and tear heavily, because to unload 2,000 passengers and load up 2,000 passengers twice a week instead of once a week, you're gonna grind that ship into the ground in certain high traffic areas. You just are. You got 4,000 people doing this when normally this ship would only turn over once a week. 2,000 people once a week in the Caribbean. Now it's 4,000 people twice a week. And the folks who are taking this cruise are in for a short time, not a long time, and so they're going to get wasted as quick as humanly possible because the clock is running. You have a 72-hour window to get plastered on your package, and that's what's going to happen. I wouldn't take kids on that cruise. There's no way I would take children on that cruise. I'm going to have a bunch of drunk adults all over the place. What do I need that for? So that's what I think is going to happen here with this ship. That's why they're advertising heavily to get people on there. I don't know if it's working. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Loves to Travel is here. I'm late. I was outside enjoying our 75-degree temperature and hardly no wind. In Kansas, when you get that kind of weather, you take it. Well, welcome back. Loves to Travel. It's great to have you in here. Tommy Eaton, that's why we're going to the Bahamas for Mother's Day. 2 friends invited us to go. After much prompting, finally, I decided to go on the Elation, which is less than 900 feet, feeling excited. Tommy, you're going with another couple. You're going to be shown around. I'm sure you're going to love it. I'm hoping that the cruise goes well for you, and that at the end of that cruise, you're getting ready to book yourself a 7-day cruise in the Caribbean, just you and the missus. I think you're going to love it. It's going to be great. Tammy Ray, must be nice. I'd love to travel. Paul Wilgus, do they let you know which places are having the specials? Do they let you know which places are having the specials? Are you talking about maybe the specialty restaurants on Embarkation Day? I'm kind of curious. I'll tell you what happens. Paul, if that's your question, I hope it is. If I'm wrong, just tell me. But when you walk on the ship at the very beginning, just as you get on there, they're going to hand you a flyer right there. And if there are deals to be had on the ship on Embarkation Day, you got it right now. It's in your hand. And there might be spa packages already available for either Embarkation Day or the first day in port when the ship is docked, say in, let's say St. Thomas. Of the 3,000 people, 2,500 are going to get off the ship and explore St. Thomas. But if you stay on board, there might be specials for you at some of the restaurants or in the spa for a massage, or your wife might get her hair done. They might have all kinds of deals. You're going to get that information the minute you walk on that ship. And so if there's an Embarkation Day special deal on board the ship, you're going to know about it the minute you walk on board. And then you can figure out, oh, yeah, listen, we got the muster drill at 5 o'clock. It's noon right now. Let's go to the room, unload our stuff, and let's head over to the specialty restaurant so-and-so, and let's take in that Embarkation Day deal, because it's right here in black and white. So I hope I answered that one for you. Silo, remember, before you start drinking like crazy in port, before the ship sets sails, you will get taxed for that port city booze. That's right. That's true. Wait for the ship to depart the pier, at least. In other words, start drinking after the muster drill, because you're on the move now, and you're getting out of the county and the city and that whole area, and you'll be just paying regular prices. But yeah, that's a good one, Silo. That's true. Nancy Nolan, I would love to take the NCL Sun of Port Canaverals, since I do WDW every year, but they lost me on that free open bar offer. There you go. Like I say, it's becoming I think it's going to become a booze cruise. Series of booze cruises. Not my cup of tea, I'll tell you that. It's just not for me. Salo Steve, the Norwegian free bar is actually $89 a day, Not sure they count, though. I'm sure I went over at least one day. Tom Eaton, how will they know if you don't make the muster drill? When you arrive at your muster station for the muster drill, there will be staff. There's staff waiting at every, well, let me back up. There will be crew everywhere on the ship guiding you as to where to go. So if you're coming out of your room and you come to your elevator lobby, there will be staff members there already looking at your card, and they'll look at it and go, oh, you're just over here. You have to go up 2 floors to the whatever bar, or you have to go into the main showroom, or you have to go to here. Now, same 2 people in the same cabin, you go to the same place. So they'll guide you. Okay. Now, when you get to where you've got to go, which is your muster station, there will be crew members there. One of them will have a handheld, looks like a little computer, or like in restaurants now, when they bring you your bill, they bring the little machine with them and you can pay at your table with your credit card. They'll have a machine with them. They will scan your card, this card right here, in my case, this card. The bar reader will be scanned and you've registered in. You have checked in to the muster station. It tells you what time, what station, and the crew member who did it. And so now they gather you up with everybody else. So now, as the minutes go by, you'll notice around you there are 30 people, then there's 40, there's 70, there's 90, and eventually no one else is coming because they know pretty well everyone has arrived, but the cruise ship knows exactly who hasn't arrived at which stations. And they can tell by the count, and it's right up at the bridge. The captain has it. So the captain has one of his crew members monitoring the muster station participation rate, and every passenger that isn't there, they're looking for you now, because the crew is on all decks, all hallways, all over the ship. And if there's a crew member in your hallway and you're not there, you're in your room reading a book because you figure that's not for me. I know how to swim. I know how to put on a life jacket. There's a knock on your door. They're looking for you. They're looking for you. They know you're not there because you haven't scanned in. And that's what they're up to. They're all over the ship scurrying. Every bar is closed. Every restaurant is closed. The buffet is closed. The whole area is blocked off. They are not letting you in. They're not letting you into the buffet. The pool deck is shut down. The lifeguards they're making sure no one is in any of the jacuzzis. No one's jogging on the jogging track. They got crew everywhere, making sure that every single passenger has been found, or they are looking for passengers. And it does happen where 4, 6, 8, 10 aren't accounted for, and they are somewhere. And why they aren't where they are, I can't answer. But they know who they are, and they will then track them down later that evening. They'll get to you. Now, theoretically, they could kick you off the ship for not participating in the muster drill. I've heard it happen. Haven't seen it happen in person, but I've heard of it happening where if you refuse to participate in the muster drill, you are actually not participating in the safety drills. You're not participating in the cruise. You're off. They'll kick you out. That kind of thing. But if they do find that you were in the doctor's, you're sick as heck, whatever, or you cut yourself and you're in the doctor's station, the doctor will report you down there. And they will then probably give you a private muster drill later. So sooner or later, you'll get a muster drill. So that's what happens. So that's how they know. Iskew Park, they call out each person who should be at their muster station. Yeah, they do it all. That's right, Iskew. Thank you for that. Salo, a clipboard and a pen will get you every time. Keith, sorry, just look official. Keith Mahoney, they will know, and you can get booted off the ship if you miss the muster drill. Wes Morrison, Bruce, the screen is blank. I did a refresh. Oh, yeah, it's blank here too. An error occurred. Try again later. Learn more. Let's see if I can do a refresh and see if I get anywhere. Let's see what's going on. Can you folks hear me okay? That's the question. You're back. It says I'm back. I'm back. Oh, good. I'm back. Okay. I don't know why, but that's what's going on from time to time. How does the signal look today? I'm kind of curious about that. Is it a decent signal today? I hope it is. My live stream keeps going black, she says. Tamara saying, Iski Park, they call out the names each person who's going to be with you in that lifeboat that sinks, laugh out loud. Oh, Wes Morrison, you're back. Tommy Eaton, well, crap. I guess we'll make the muster drill. Yeah, you will. Sylvia is here. Hi, Bruce and everyone. 59 and raining Greensboro, North Carolina. 3 days and counting. Cruising from Charleston, South Carolina. 5 days to the Bahamas. Carnival Ecstasy, Sylvia. Fantastic, Sylvia. That's awesome stuff. 3 days and counting. Oh, so close. Keith Mahoney. Many people have tried to get out of it, including me. It does not work. It does not work. Off again. Tammy is saying, Paul Wilgus, laugh out loud, Tommy. Iskew Park, it's maritime law and a must. Can't miss the muster drill. It takes only 15, 20 minutes. And then you are free. Do whatever you want. Loves to travel. On my last cruise, they scanned my room key for muster drill. But then they called my room later and said I need to go. So I had to call service desk and tell them I already did. Okay, well, sometimes there's a glitch, but interesting. Loves to travel. Tammy Ray, anyone else having troubles? Silo dropping in and out again. Loves to travel. Yes, Tammy, he is spinning. Randy Lucas Bruce just tried to send you a super chat, but it wouldn't load. Probably a good thing because it showed my location as Uganda. My 2,000 Ugandan dollars would have been 50 cents. Thank you for my future Ugandan trip. I can just walk in there with their currency. Oh man, Nancy, no, it's not a big deal. You don't have to even take your life preservers, which are a pain to carry around. More and more cruise ships don't need you to bring them. Tammy Ray keeps taking my thumbs up away too. It says Silo Steve froze. He looks like Nixon. I'm not a crook. Scott has lost me. Wes has lost me. Whom am I talking to myself? Who's left? Oh my gosh. Let me take a look at my picture again. I see myself on my computer, but I don't see myself on my telephone. My signal here has died. It's just gone away. Let's see if I can ring it back in here. Back on again. It looks like I'm okay here. I think it's a reload, folks. That's my hunch. I hope that'll work. That'll do. Um, oh my gosh, let me go back on here. Let's see. Thanks, that was my question. Sunspots. Oh my god, I gotta go back. I got a bunch of messages here. Here we go. Nancy, no, it's not a big deal. You know, if you take your life preservers, Tammy Ray keeps taking my thumbs ups away. Froze. He looks like Nixon. Scott Batchy lost. Wes has lost me. Seakeeper, I'm getting old. I don't care if the ship has water slides, rock climbing wall, go-karts, ice skating, hula dancing, state-of-the-art gym. I just want to disconnect from the world and be left alone. Yes, sir. The older we get, the more we like it. I hear you there, Seakeeper. I'm with you. Tammy Ray laughing out loud. Randy Lucas, sunspots over Creston, BC again. That's what's going on. Tammy Ray, I wonder if he knows he isn't talking to half of us. Yeah, I know. I see it. I see these comments. I'm reading them. Oh my goodness. I just got to keep going. I can't stop. The rerun will be the rerun. Hopefully it'll work tonight. Oh my gosh. Debbie Manuel, I'm having connection trouble on 2 different devices, she's saying. Paul Wilgus, thanks, Bruce. That was my question. Right on. I'm glad I had that right. Wes Morrison back on. Debbie Marie gone again. Oh man. Silo Steve and Bruce gives me a hard time for staying in the Haven. I stay in the Haven for peace and tranquility about the rest of the ship's hustle and bustle. Silo, it's all good. There's nothing wrong with the Haven. If you can afford it, you do it. I say way to go. But I will say, for the amount of money you're paying to be up there, you could be on the Viking cruise line. Just saying. But yes, the Haven is nice. I am sure it's nice. And I say, way to go. Scott Brody tried a 1-day cruise out of Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas and ended up in the infirmary, very sick due to seasickness, and vowed never again, but decided to give Alaskan cruise a try. Scott, I'm hoping that it'll all work out for you. The waters at that time of the year are pretty good, calm. Now a storm can happen, of course, you know, we know that, but they'll do everything they can to stabilize that ship for you. But you know, you can always get those patches behind the ears if you need them, or you can get those wristbands that they have now, which they sell on board as well if you need it. So let's cross our fingers and hope that the 7-day works for you, and it isn't you know, it's not a panic. We got to get there fast cruise. It's a 7-day cruise up and back, and a lot of the cruising is done while you're sleeping. And I hope, and I'm praying it works out for you, because I was nervous about it. Why wouldn't one be? I was curious. Would I How would I do with seasickness? Not an issue at all. And I felt the ship moving a little bit from time to time. Didn't bother me. Just didn't bother me. It's amazing how fast you get used to it. It really is. But again, over days, you get used to it. So we'll see. Tammy Ray, hope it works out great for you this time, Scott. Tammy Ray, middle ship has less movement for cabins. Scott Brody, chose midship balcony on the Solstice on the hump on deck 8, so that should help. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Nancy Nolan, why go through the effort to hide to avoid the muster drill? It's quick, it's painless, really. I mean, come on. Yeah, exactly, Nancy. Paul Wilgus, you look and sound great. No problems here. Thanks, Paul. I need all the compliments I can get. Gregory Hartman, fine here whole time. Good stuff, Gregory. I'm glad to hear that too. Seakeeper, signals good, pictures good, sound is good. Great, great, great. Nancy Nolan, you look to be changing color from time to time. I know it. I have I have a light bulb up here shining on me, and then there's the sunshine coming in from out here, and this little camera in this computer is the one that's broadcasting me. And here I am. I turn this kind of, there it is. I come to normal light and I get that kind of green look to it. Yeah, it's like an olive green. It's weird, isn't it? I can't, nothing I can do about it, really. Peter Heckema, good video and audio. Lost you about 30 seconds. Your signal from Calgary was awesome. Maybe your daughter has faster broadband. That could be. Although this computer, it's maxed out for whatever broadband I've got and whatever she's got, so it shouldn't be any better. But I can't make heads or tails. But Scott Batchelor, you are back. I missed the muster drill due to the shuttle being held up. We had a private drill the next day. They get everyone. Leslie Lovelace, Bruce, your skin turns from peachy pink to yellow occasionally. Yeah, I go from this jaundice look to the regular look. Yeah, it's like here we are. Just a second there. Like I got a kidney problem or something. It's so crazy. Nancy, Leslie Lovelace, I'm seeing that too. Leslie, and good thought. Well, I thought it was my phone. I thought it was me. No, it's Bruce. It's his computer. It's Bruce and his connection. It's Creston. It's Canada. It's I don't know what it is. It's high tech. It's just high tech. What can I say? Silo, Steve. Yes, I could cruise on another more exclusive line than staying in the Haven, but those seem to be kind of for the older crowd. But I like the activity ships, like the Bliss has to offer. It's just me. And you know what? Go for it. I say absolutely take it, enjoy it, run with it. What do you got to lose? You got everything to win. You got everything you want and more. And if it's too loud for you, head to the Haven where it's nice and quiet and reserved and, sedate. Yes. What's wrong with that? Tammy Ray saying, Nancy, I never even noticed the color change till you said something about it. Laugh out loud. There you go. Hey, what can I say, folks? What can I say? Now, so far, I haven't seen a comment on the QE2. If anyone knows whatever happened to the lifeboats on the QE2, I thought I had seen a bit of a report about the ship. Excuse me, I'm just yawning, but I thought I saw something about the ship when they did take off the lifeboats, and a couple of them were sort of scattered about the dock area where the ship is parked now, where it's permanently moored. But I don't know if that's the final plan. Are they just going to let some of these things rot out because they're old and wooden and worn, and they're not going to invest any money in them because they're of no use to the cruise line? To me, as an entrepreneurial type guy, I would try to find a way to turn them into money. Maybe get them restored and sell them, auction them off, or have them on display somewhere. I don't know. Whether any naval museums anywhere would love to have one, I really don't know. On the other hand, maybe they've tried that. Maybe they've called around and nobody has an interest in these decrepit old wooden creaky little lifeboats, and then they kept a few of them and the rest are going to let go. I just don't know. I almost hate to use the word scrap because it hurts when I feel and know that they might just scrap these things, and that would be a history lost. But history is history, and we move on. So I don't know. I don't know what my thought is there. Cam Wilson, hey everybody. Tammy Ray, hi Cam. Paul Wilkes, hey Cam. Cam Wilson, what ship? What's going on? Any cruise news today? What's up with the sun? Cam, the question is a couple questions. What cruise ship would you recommend a brand new first-time cruiser go on for their first cruise, and why? And the second question I had was it's from a viewer asking me, whatever happened to the lifeboats from the QE2? They just turned it into a hotel in Dubai. What did they do with the lifeboats from the ship? Are they on display somewhere? Are some of them being scrapped? Are any of them being preserved? That kind of thing. We're kind of curious. So I was just mentioning that today. That's really the subject of the day. Uh, Randy Lucas, okay, you cruise hooligans. It's almost midnight here, and I had too many biscuits with my fancy dinner, headed to bed night all because he's way ahead of us now. He's leaving us behind because he's heading over to Europe, and he's 6 7 hours or 6 hours up on us now or so. And it's getting late for Randy. See you later, buddy. Silo Steve, as far as a first ship, we had a great time on the Norwegian Jade. The food was great, crew was friendly. Ship was clean. The Jade was refurbished in April 17. Looks wonderful. Stayed in the Cayman. Tell me this, folks. What was the name of the first ship you ever went on? What's the first cruise you ever took? What was the name of the ship, and where did you go? That would be good. That would be a good one. Tammy Ray, good night. Tammy Ray, Randy, saying good night to Randy. Simeon Mate is here. I have a question. Why does the Cayman Islands why do they not pay taxes on the Cayman Islands? That's your question. Well, Simeon, they do, but in a kind of a reverse way. You and I in North America, if you're in North America or you're in the United Kingdom, we're used to the income tax system we have, which is you look at your paycheck and you see the deductions. And one of them is state and local taxes or federal taxes, whatever they might be. In the Cayman Islands, they don't have federal taxes. They don't take anything off your check. I remember when I used to get my check at the middle of the month. In the middle of the month, there were no deductions. I got half of my salary paid. At the end of the month, I either got half my salary or I got a bonus, depending on how good a month I had. But there was one deduction, only one, and I had to pay half of my healthcare package. I had a premium healthcare package for myself, my wife, and my daughter, and I had to pay about $100 a month for my share of that. So it's $200 a month for this premium everything, and everything else is covered. So that covered dental, eyes, medication, everything, no deductions. We're talking coverage, folks. I'm talking to my American friends. And that was the only deduction I have off my check. But in the Cayman Islands, when you go to the grocery store to buy your groceries, and you take a look at the prices of the food, and you realize, oh my gosh, okay, milk. If it's Miami, if a gallon of milk in Miami is, say, I'll just use a number, $3, you're paying $4. The extra dollar is the cost to get it there. Okay. If you're buying something like a chocolate bar, which is a luxury item, not necessity of life, no matter what my wife says, Jen, she says it's a necessity of life. The tax man says, no, it's not. A Mars bar in Miami might be $1. Let's say it's a big one. The Cayman Islands, it's $2. And why? Because there's a 20% tax added to the importation price of the item, plus the shipping. So by the time you pay the shipping to get it over there and the taxation and get it to the retail counter, it's double the price. And so you're paying a tax inside that item, but it's not called a tax. It's an import duty. Clothing, cars, 20%. Barbecue for your patio, 20% duty built into the price. Televisions, cell phones, everything. Anything brought into the island, and everything had to be brought into the island. There were no factories to make anything on the island. It's only 35,000 people there that live there full time. So everything was imported, and it was all taxed. So that's how the government made their money, even though you didn't pay an income tax. Now, the good news about that is the government didn't have to hire a bunch of people to collect the income tax. They only had people working in the import department to import goods. They had tax collectors there. But the good news about the tax was it was paid at the port. When the container landed on the island, the broker who's importing it on behalf of the client, they paid the taxes. So the Cayman Islands government didn't have to run around to 1,500 retailers all over the place to collect their nickels and dimes from these guys. Duties are already paid before the retailer got the goods. And so for the island, it was much more efficient to just charge an import duty on goods and leave the taxes at that level and not have 1,000 people collecting income tax from 3,000 employers or however many there are on the island. So that is a more efficient way to collect the money, basically. Gasoline had tax built in. Companies that were incorporated in the Cayman Islands, insurance companies and banks, there were all costs there. There were annual fees, annual corporate fees charged to corporations. It's a tax, and but they were lower than anywhere else, and there were no income taxes on the company's earnings in the island. And so, yes, the government hauled in millions and millions of dollars in banking fees and incorporation fees, but the government didn't have to go try to collect that money from 5,000 companies. They only went to the law offices where the companies were incorporated and where the board of directors, all the records were kept. They paid the taxes, and then they billed their clients for that money. So it's a very efficient way to collect tens of millions of dollars of income. And this little tiny island of 35,000 people had its own national airline with 3 737s full time, plus planes on standby through charter anytime they needed more. They had their own hospital system, first-rate hospital system. There were very few operations they couldn't conduct on the island. If you needed a heart transplant, yeah, you would be flown to a U.S. center for that. But 98% of operations necessary on the island, you stayed on the island. They had the doctors there. They had the nurses there. They had the talent, the equipment. It was all there. So a child getting, breaking your arm on the school playground, they could take care of that. No problem. All covered. It was all covered. Healthcare, education, all covered. The island had the cash to look after its population. And so if you were born to parents living on the island, you were born with what is called Caymanian status. If you're a status holder, you won the lottery. You're better off than most countries because it was all covered. And yet you're in the Western Hemisphere. You had easy access to the United States or the United Kingdom. You're a citizen of the United Commonwealth. Queen was on the money. Your passport was accepted everywhere. Not a bad gig. Not a bad gig. A lot of kids, they finish high school on the island and they go to college. And they go to college in Canada or the United States, United Kingdom, or other countries. And they're readily accepted because the education system, primo, top notch. And the kids get their degrees and they're set now. They can live on the island with status, or they can work as an expat off the island and maybe someday come back to the island and have children and retire. Who knows? It's a pretty good gig. So anyway, there you go. That's why they don't charge income taxes to workers. That's why they do it. Cam Wilson, whoa, that's a good question, but it depends on age, interest, and what you want to do for cruise. Again, what's the best cruise for a new cruiser? That's a good reaction there. Jane Peters, hi y'all. Auntie Jane 11 popping in. I'm at work. Yuck. Jane, I'm sorry to hear it, but I'm working too. Welcome to my job. I don't know if you're laughing as much as I am, though, because I have a pretty good time at my job, as you plainly can see. Cam Wilson, but I would recommend the Carnival Fantasy myself. It was my first cruise. There's a good suggestion for a first-timer. Leslie Lovelace on Royal Caribbean Navigator last year. We had to wear our life jackets and were told if we talked during the muster drill, we might get kicked off the ship. There's no talking. You don't have fun right now. It's the muster drill. You shut up and listen. You can only have fun after we have fun with you first. Well, okay. It's kind of harsh, isn't it, Leslie? That's a little harsh, but I guess they did it their way. I don't know. Maybe the last cruise there were troublemakers, and this time they decided to bring down the hammer. I don't know. Gregory Hartman, my first cruise was the Norwegian Sky, 4 days, and was not long enough. Have done 2 7-day trips since. There you go. There you go. You're an addict. You're addicted. just like the rest of us. You're hooked. Peter Heckema, lifeboats from the QE2 were shipped to MSC to be used on the seaside. Peter, you're getting me in trouble with those haters. You're just getting me into trouble. You know I'm a plant. You too must be working for Royal Caribbean, because only a guy working for Royal Caribbean would say something like that. Yeah, Wilson, I was around 7 or 8, I think, and we went to Nassau. It was amazing, but I was too busy stalking Fun Ship Freddy myself. That's great, Cam. That's fantastic. Cam Wilson. Hola, Auntie Jane. Hola. Leslie's lovely. Celebrating cruise line to Alaska, 50s in the spring, and not a party ship. Awesome sights when you go through the inside passage. Celebrity cruise line to Alaska. Fantastic. Loves cruising. Hi, all. How you doing, Loves Cruising? Silo, the Americanus, the old Chaudray Lines, 1989, Eastern / Southern Caribbean. I think it held 500 or so. That was his first cruise. 500 passengers on a cruise. Oh my gosh. The Seakeeper, Nordic Prince, December 1989, 10-night Caribbean itinerary. There was the first cruise, 1989. Fantastic. Cam Wilson, hola, love cruising. Nancy Nolan, our first cruise was a 3-night cruise on Dolphin Cruise Line. Very inexpensive. And once we got used to it, we had a blast. There you go, Scott Batchley. Mine was the Azure Seas, went to Ensenada, 3-day, got me hooked. 3-day cruise is all it took. He was hooked for more. Fantastic. Debbie Manuel, first cruise, Grand Princess to the Eastern Caribbean in 2000. 8 years ago, all right, or 18 years ago, excuse me. Fantastic. Jane Peters, hi, Cam, and all getting my Brucey fix at Smoko Boo. At Smoko Boo. Love cruising is here. Be careful of celebrity. My whole family got sick 2 months ago. There, you gotta be careful. Wash your hands. Nancy Nolan, Dolphin was out of Florida to the Bahamas. Yeah, they're long gone, aren't they? Leslie Lovelace, I don't remember the name, only that it was from Fort Canaveral to the Bahamas, Christmas holiday season, 1990. So there you go, 28 years ago. That was a little while ago. Leslie, you must have been what, 4, 6 maybe? Just a kid, gotta be. Love cruising. My cruise in September went down $400. Getting my invoice readjusted. Good thing I didn't make the final payment yet. There you go. Make sure you get that adjustment. Fantastic. Scott Brody, are you allowed to take a can of pop and drink through the ship, or do you have to stay where you got it? Oh, okay. If you get a can of pop at the restaurant and you still got a half a can, take it with you. Walk around the ship with it. No problem. There's garbage cans everywhere to dump the can off when you're done with it, so you're fine. Take it to your room. Yeah, take it to your room. If you've got one in your room and you want to take, you can walk with it all everywhere you want. Just don't throw it overboard. No littering in the ocean, please. All right. My recommendation is like if you're going to the buffet for dinner, lunch, dinner, and you've got pop cans in your room that you brought on board, also bring with you a sport cup, like from home, one of those big plastic ones. Or what I did with my wife, we were on the Explorer of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and I had 3 dozen cans of cola with us. But we forgot to bring sport cups. Forgot. No big deal. We decided we were going to buy souvenirs. So we went down to the shop on the retail level of the ship, and we got ourselves 2 Royal Caribbean Explorer of the Seas sport cups, the big boys. Fill it with ice, and 2 cans of cola is what it would take to fill that thing. And we walked around ship with that. I took that to the spa with me. I always do that. So I've got my cola inside the sport cup when I go into the spa. I'm in the steam room sweating away, and I got these guys sitting beside me who can last 5 minutes and they got to get out. And I got my sport cup and I'm sipping my caffeine-free Diet Cola in there. I'm sweating out the sweat and I'm putting in the new juice while I'm in there. It's great. So you can go anywhere you want. But if you can put it in a sport cup, eventually, better. But if you have it with you, going from the restaurant, you want to go right to the casino, you carry it in there. They're not going to stop you. They're not going to bother you. Generally, though, they'll give you the can with a glass and at the table, and usually they'll try to pour it in there for you. So you know, decide what you want to do. Seakeeper Save the Planet. It's the only one with chocolate. You're wise, very wise, Bruce. It's the only one with chocolate. Simeon, Marty, Maddie. Why are grapes so big in Cayman? Why are grapes so big in Cayman? I can't answer that question. I have no idea. They don't grow them there. So grade A quality. I have no idea what that's about. Pamela Jordan, we went on the Royal Caribbean and Chapman of the Seas for a 4-night cruise because we didn't know if we were going to like cruising. There you go. And I think you did. I think you liked it. Yeah, that's interesting. Leslie Lovely's love cruising. You can get sick on any ship. Carnival failed major inspections miserably. Yep, that's right. Loves cruising, yes. But they had people in quarantine. That's true. Simeon, I have learned a lot. Thanks. Oh, you're more than welcome. Not a problem. Leslie's Lovely's. There was a norovirus on the Royal Caribbean ship before I cruised. I kept my hands clean. Yeah, absolutely. Pamela Jordan. And we, too, watched everything we could on YouTube about cruising and that ship. When we got back, we wished that it was at least 7 nights. There you go. There you go. It's a thing you'll find from a lot of people who've cruised, that when you find out what their first cruise was, they almost all say, oh, it was too short. It was just too short. Should have been longer. Because I got to tell you, the last day of a cruise, I don't care if it's the last day of a 3-day cruise or a 7-day or a 14-day, that last day is a downer. It's just a downer because everybody knows in 24 hours, you are scrambling to go where you have to go, except for those folks who are on our back-to-back cruise. They're the ones smiling because they're not going anywhere. You're watching all you guys panic on the last day because you got to pack. You got to get everything together, get your suitcases out into the hallways, get to your gathering station to get off the ship on time and catch your plane or get to your car or whatever you got to do. The folks are on the back-to-back. They're sitting back like this, watching all you guys run around like idiots because they're going on another cruise. That's our friend on the Princess Cruise right now. He's been doing that for the 3rd time, but this time it's over. He's in Copenhagen. He's got to get off. That's it. It's done. Steam and Bean. On my first cruise, I did a 7-day cruise with my brothers. Loved it. Those 3 or 5-day cruises are fine if you live near the ports, but 7 days was the way to go. Yes, sir. I agree with that. Leslie Lovely's, was it food or virus is the question. Loves cruising. Agree, Leslie's. Cardinal is very bad. Never been on that. Love cruising. Virus. Leslie Lovely's, where did celebrity sail then? Caribbean, she's saying. Loves cruising. I will never sail with a celebrity again. I sailed other times and it was fine, but not now. Interesting. Stevie Bean, Queen was on the money. Better yet, Queen was on the turntable. Yeah, right on. Leslie Lovelace, I cruised the celebrity to Alaska in 2008. Oh, yes. Simeon, thanks. No problem at all. Loves cruising. And since then, I have seen that they've taken a lot of tables out of the main dining room, forcing people to go to specialty dining. This is another thing that is happening. The specialty dining is such a lucrative cash cow for these cruise lines. They're slowly but surely on certain lines, I think, making it less desirable to be in the main dining room. Whether it's slower service, restricted menus, fewer options, fewer choices, or now they're beginning a new little game, and that's called here's your menu. And on this page, here's what you can have as part of your cruise fare. And over here on this page, all the items have prices beside them. They're slowly converting the dining room into a specialty restaurant in slow motion. So you want a New York strip steak, $10. You want a prime rib, $15, or whatever the numbers. I think that's what's happening too. Leslie, so thanks for the warning. Love cruising. I went to Alaska with celebrity at 16. It was great. Wouldn't now, she said. Silo, QE2, an article I found says, in 2016, lifeboats were removed to a fenced parking lot and stashed away behind lock and key, still looking for more info. There we are. Leslie Lovelace, think I'll try a different cruise line next trip to Alaska. Love cruising. My dad had surgery in March. and this was out. This was out vacation before it, and it really affected his health. Bronchitis. Oh, he caught some bronchitis. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. Steaming Bean. If folks can't hold themselves together on the muster drill, then something is up with those dinglings. Yeah, that's right. They're the ones who are not going to survive. You know, the Poseidon Adventure. These are exactly the people who die first. You know, I mean, those who go to the muster stage, they live to the end of the movie. But these guys, they're gonna die first. I mean, you know, the steamy bean. How do you know that our planet is the only one with chocolate? How do you know? Maybe there's other planets that have chocolate. You know, that's interesting. Leslie Lovely, 35 people watching, only 14 thumbs up. Oh, please don't forget Bruce. Don't forget to give Bruce a thumbs up before he signs off. I think some folks have had problems giving me thumbs ups today. They tried, but they didn't take. I don't know. I'm not sure. But we'll take what we can get. Paul Wilgus, I was watching a vlog on the seaside, and every bathroom they went in had no soap. How did they expect you to wash your hands? What is that all about? Yeah, I'm puzzled by that. Iskey Park, we call our huge insulated cups as Bubba mugs. Bubba mugs. I like that. Yeah. Samantha Farmer, cruisefulltime.com. Right on, Samantha. Peter Heckema, Silo. One of my first cruises was on the Americanus. Nice ship, midnight buffet, and all. Those are the days where that was a special deal. The midnight buffet. What time was the midnight buffet anyway? Just kind of curious. Cam Wilson, on the last day of the cruise, I always got depressed. Yeah, it's the same for me. You know it's over. The morning of, like the morning on the last day, oh, it's like a funeral. You're heading for the buffet for your last breakfast, you know, and you're walking through the hallways, and half the hallways have got luggage, half of them don't. And there's people walking around pulling their luggage all over the place because they're already gathering at departure spots. It's a sad story. It is a sad story. Yeah, yeah. Silo is saying, "Hey Peter, do you remember skeet shooting off the fantail of the Americanas? Laugh out loud. Try that now." Peter Heckma, yes, watched it, but I didn't try it. Silo, I see 41 Fonzies. Okay, we got 41 thumbs up. This is great. Cal Wilson just watched the Titanic. It went down. It went down. I am a steaming bean. I am reading 41 thumbs ups, 19 short of 60. Oh my goodness. I'm still not taking my clothes off at 60. I don't care what you say. I'm not doing it. 42 thumbs up. Steaming Bean's got the count on going. He's hoping for something big to happen when we get to 60. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah, that last day, that is a depressing day because the suitcases start coming out around 4 or 5 in the afternoon on the afternoon of that last day. And all night long, more and more suitcases are all packed up, sitting in the hallway outside of all the doors of all the cabins. And by about midnight, you're meandering down the hallway like this, trying to get through all the suitcases because they're just everywhere as people have packed up and waiting for the crew during the night to come and gather them up and take them downstairs and put them onto the loaders. And when that ship pulls into port, wherever the home port is, there are boys and girls with the equipment waiting to pull up to the side of that ship and grab with those forklifts all those containers holding all that luggage and taking it into the terminal down by customs and waiting for the passengers to come and get them. And yeah, the bags, of course, have to be taken out of those containers and lined up on the ground in rows. And then, of course, passengers come in 100 at a time or whatever it is. They come trickling through customs and they come and identify their bags. Off they go, and it's all over. It's all over, but the crying, I tell you, it's all over. The scheming, though, is not over because what are we doing? We're scheming the next cruise, trying to figure out where we're going when we're getting on the next time. Silo, Steve, baby oil time. There it is. Stephen Bean loving this. Cal Wilson's crying. Norman Duarte throwing thumbs ups around. Where are we at now? It's getting scary. Oh, I only see 42. I have no danger. I'm not getting 18 more thumbs ups. Can't imagine another 18 thumbs ups coming. I have to do something like that. You can't give me two. You can only give me one. So we'll see what's going on there. Anyway, there you have it, folks. That is how this game works. You get on the ship. You are all excited day one. You enjoy yourself on the cruise. Check out everything you can. Enjoy everything you can enjoy. And then it's all over. Before you know it, that last day is coming up awfully fast. and depression sets in, and then there's panic. You got to get to the airport if you're flying out, and you're hoping your flight's not delayed, and you got all those real world problems again, because all the real world problems were gone for 6 days, 7 days. You went to the buffet, there's always food. You went to the restaurant, there's always someone to give you food. You went to the show at 8 o'clock, there's always someone's singing or dancing every night. There's a casino over here, and you can walk around the promenade deck. Every day there was something to do. Everything was looked after for you. You didn't have to do laundry. You didn't have to make your bed. You didn't have to do any of that. But now it's all over. You're going home with a suitcase full of dirty clothes. Dirty, stinky, smelling clothes. You're going home, and guess who's waiting for you when you get home? That darn boss who's got stuff waiting for you. Oh, you're getting back into that cubicle, and your boss is just rubbing his or her hands, waiting for that tan sap to come back. Oh, I'm going to teach you for getting out of my office for a week and having a lovely Caribbean cruise and not even texting me while you're gone. I got stuff waiting for you. You're like, oh, I'm waiting for you. I hate to be such a downer. Oh my goodness. Steaming Bean, the last 24 hours is where you find the coolest places on this ship. It's true. You realize, how come I didn't find this place? This has been here the whole time. Are you kidding me? I could have been doing this. Oh, karaoke. What are you talking about karaoke? I didn't know it was karaoke. Yeah, Wilson, by the way, I have a question for anyone who's cruised on Carnival and had the Behind the Fun tour. Is it worth the money? I see it's between 55 and 95 bucks. Why does it cost so much for the Behind the Fun tour? Let's see if anyone has an answer to that. Steaming Bean, Cam, what are you yelling? Why are you yelling? Steaming Bean, I would never buy Faster to the Fun, a money grab. That's getting on first and getting off first. Pamela Jordan, good night all. See you next time. Cam Wilson, sorry about that. I'm on the phone and it went all caps. That happens. It went all caps. Nothing you can do. I have a feeling that it's because it's only a few people at a time. And you're talking about one cabin member, maybe two crews, or one in the beginning, one behind at the end. Taking two people on maybe with 10 people, 12 people at a time only. It's just cost effective. They've got to charge more for the time. I don't really know. Maybe that's why it costs as much as it does. Or they know they can get it. They know we'll pay it. That's why they're charging. I don't know. I can't say. Leslie Lovely, same way I feel when Bruce signs off. I'm so depressed. It's a sad story. Steaming Beat, good night, Pamela. Don't dream about a shirtless Bruce. Oh my goodness. Oh, Steaming Beat, putting all kinds of dirty thoughts in people's heads. Innocent minds are being affected here. Oh my gosh. What can I say? What do we got? 43 thumbs up. It's not happening. You're not even close. Not even happening. Scott Brody, love cruising. What's wrong with the celebrity now? Don't tell me that. Oh no, he doesn't want to hear bad news about the celebrity cruise ship, but there's something going on. I don't know what it is. It's just the way it goes. Folks, I'm going to say goodbye. Let's see what's going here. Cam Wilson saying, oh, okay, that makes sense, but dang, I want to do it on my upcoming cruise because I really want to see the bridge, but I have to see what I can do. That's a lot of money. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Befriend a crew member, one of the officers sometime, and get to know them a little bit, although I don't think they're going to give you the time of day. Not allowed to fraternize with the passengers, so you're not going to get a private tour, I don't think. Steaming Bean, adios. Silo, later. Steaming Bean, 44 thumbs up. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today on my Monday show, Monday, April the 23rd, 2018. I've enjoyed being here today. We'll see what happens overnight with cruise news, and we'll see what we talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow's double, 2 shows, 2 for Tuesday. Got to do 2 shows. So the first show we'll talk about cruising and everything else, and maybe the late show we'll throw in some trivia, and we'll see what we can come up with. See if I can stump you guys. Although you guys are pretty savvy, you're nailing some of these. I'm gonna come up with harder questions, but we'll see what we can do with some trivia tomorrow. Thanks again for everyone's support. 1,831 subscribers and counting. Last I saw. Okay, I wasn't laughing out loud of becoming best friends with one of the crew. See you later, Cam. Jim Thomas, see you later, Jim. Great seeing you again. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow for 2 for Tuesday. Please subscribe here if you haven't subscribed already. And thanks for the thumbs ups. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 and 8 for Two for Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Goodbye for now.